Hey skaters, this is AdrenaLyn with a preview of our 4 Mile Creek to Dorey Park and back Trail Skate Tuesday tour meetup for April 21st. I wanted to do a little preview video since this is a new route that we're taking with a group of skaters. And even though it is a beginner-friendly section, there are a few tricky spots that I wanted to highlight for folks before we meet up. You can also refer to this resource in the future if you want to go out to this specific section. And a stretch goal of mine is to make an entire information series of maps and videos and write-ups about specific parts of the trail with skaters in mind to safely train and explore all the different sections. This is being recorded on Monday, the 20th. So for the 21st, this is sort of a preview / test video to see how all of this shakes out, in order to give our registrants, participants, a chance to get a heads up, see the terrain ahead of time, and especially for our newer beginner skaters, some spots on the trail that might be a little bit tricky. We will start our adventure here at the 4 Mile Creek Trailhead parking lot, and depending on how many folks show up before we go towards Dorey Park this way, we could do a Bridge 101 session going down the trail along Route 5 to this bridge here. Based on my rudimentary Google Maps math, this bridge is about 300 feet long, probably the average length of most bridges on the trail. There are some longer ones, especially towards the Jamestown side. So we can take a quick detour from Capitol Trail parking lot down to this bridge here, just to get a little bit of practice before heading over to Dorey Park. There are 2 bridges on the way to Dorey Park, so 4 bridge crossings in total. Once we set sail from 4 Mile Creek, we will go this way, which is a slight uphill, meaning that it will be a slight downhill on our way back. And at every road crossing, you're going to see these Lego brick rumble strips. The main thing with this is to just keep your speed as you roll over these things. On inlines, you probably won't feel much of anything since your edge is very slim, but for my quad skaters, these can get a little bit rumbly. Whoa! So as we make our way towards Dorey Park, nice and shady, right along 295. This part is mostly flat, a couple of gentle rolling hills. And once we get to the part of the trail that goes underneath 295, this section has a pretty decent uphill climb. So my recommendation is just smaller steps to keep your feet closer to you so that you don't exhaust yourself with big, wide strides going uphill. That means that when we're on our way back to Dorey Park, this is a pretty fun little slope to bomb. But you don't have to take the hills very fast at your own pace. And I am more than happy to give people a tow or be your skate mate as we go down hills so that you don't get too much speed. We'll make sure that we've got everybody together, cross the road safely, go up this little hill here to our second bridge. This one's a little bit longer, probably 350, 400 feet. The main trick with bridges, especially for my quad skate folks, is to maintain momentum going across the bridge. And again, keeping your feet close by, small little strides to just slowly chip your way across the bridge. And then on the other side, little tiny uphill, downhill, uphill, until we get to the Dorey Park connector. So depending on how folks are feeling at this point, we could take a little detour into Dorey Park, check out the pond, maybe get a group picture at the little bicycle sign up here. Coming back to the trail along the Dorey Park connector, this part is pretty flat, but once you get into the woods, it's a noticeable downhill slope, especially this part here that goes back onto the trail. So again, happy to be a skate mate, help slow folks down as they go down the hill, or teach different approaches on how to mitigate your speed as you're going downhill, especially around a potentially blind turn like this where you could pick up some speed. Keep everybody as safe as possible. So once we get back on the trail, this section, we're going to go back towards 4 Mile. This part is relatively flat. Got some downhill slopes here back towards the bridge. So bridge crossing number 3. Then once we cross over the street here, relatively flat. Couple of rolling hills until we get to this section. There is a bike slope sign. When it really starts to tilt downhill, take it as slow as we need to, or if you like to go fast like I do, pick up some speed, go under 295, and then hit this fun turn into the forest. And then from here, relatively flat, a couple little rolling hills until we get to our bridge around here, shorter bridge. Once we get back down here, we'll have some crossing guards to make sure everybody returns safely to the lot. Helmets and knee pads are required. If y'all have any questions, please feel free to email us, reach out, and look forward to seeing you on Tuesday.